News Panorama is a TV news magazine program that gives you the story behind the story.
It tells the stories the way they should be told by capturing the larger scale.
It deals with people's deep feelings on issues that, when brought to the fore, ultimately educates, informs and entertains.
News Panorama. Capture the larger scale.
Observedly, September to December historical experience a rise in road crashes due to increased travel, human error, unsafe practices like speeding, fatigue and distracted driving. Sensitization campaign is necessary at this point to reduce fatalities and injuries and encourage personal responsibility, promote safer driving habits and raise awareness of the risk to make roads safer for everyone during the festive season. This and many more are on our lineup this week. It is a must watch. Welcome and thanks for joining me on the program News Panorama. I am Josephine Afanga. If you are just tuned in, you're watching News Panorama.
News Panorama. Capture the larger scale.
The Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) in Cross River State has kicked off an Ember Month campaign to encourage safer driving habits across the state. Our correspondent Blessing Basi reports that the initiative is aimed at reducing road accidents and saving lives by educating motorists on responsible driving to avoid crashes and accidents, they report.
The State Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC), Corps Commander Innocent Etuk spoke about the need for drivers to take personal responsibility for safety on the roads. He stressed that many accidents can be avoided if motorists obey traffic rules and remain alert while driving.
Based on the data analysis and the inference drawn from that data, that the Corps really deemed that the theme for this year is very, very apt. The major focus for this year, that everybody really have to take responsibility for their safety, for us to avoid distracted driving, which calls for the collaboration and the synergy with some of the sister organizations like the NDLE and some of the Nigerian police, and also some of the intel report with some of our sister agencies, for us to really work in synergy and in collaboration to see that we tame the tide of this thing and also give a change, have a total paradigm shift.
The State Traffic Management and Regulatory Agency, Mr. Efiong Omo, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency representative, Isaac Efiong, and Nigeria Customs Service representing the controller, Ira Basi Ukbong, urged drivers to put safety first and follow traffic regulations at all times.
Today marks the commencement of the Ember Month program. All of us understand what this month carries. We work in synergy to ensure there is safety on our roads.
Road safety business is everybody's business. So it is not for a situation where we say, it's none of my business. We are partners in progress in this business. And we make sure that everything goes well.
During this high-risk period called the Ember Month, I would enjoy all of us to take home the message. It's not fanfare, it's not just customs or tradition to just hold these meetings. It's important that we take our safety and our brothers' safety seriously.
The 2025 Ember Month campaign of the Federal Road Safety Corps Cross River State Sector had the theme "Take Responsibility for Your Safety, Stop Distracted Driving," aims at a broader strategy to cut down on the high number of road crashes and protect lives across the states. Other related agencies' representatives said the effort of the FRSC is expected to create a stronger safety culture among road users and encourage them to make better decisions behind the wheels.
Our coming together will unite us. I can see 2 or 3 people here that I can be friends with them so that I will learn from them.
Educating the public about the significance of the Ember Months, providing spiritual guidance within prayers to help individuals stay safe during this period. Importance of obeying traffic rules and regulations, community support, and first responders awareness.
I want you to agree with me that information is key to everything we do in life. If you don't know that if you speak too much and you do that, you will suffer for it. There will be accident. That one is very sure. But when you have information as to go about it, you will know how to drive. For the road safety that organized this, I want to thank you, because Ember Month has been associated with evil, and everyone will say, God forbid, God forbid.
When you look at our roads in Nigeria, you see that many roads, especially in Cross River State, are dilapidated. And most often, you can find out that a vehicle coming, maybe jumping off those gallops, maybe one ball, definitely can get bad. And when you come to the side of the people who are checking on the road, now I don't mean only road safety, I mean road safety and some other agencies on the road.
Recent data shows that about 432 fatalities and 2,070 injuries have resulted from 533 road crashes, as the leading causes of this accident includes drivers' fatigue, overloading, and unsafe transportation. The sector commander, Corps Commander Innocent Etuk, pointed out that the 2025 Ember Month campaign will involve public education programs, awareness drives, and collaboration with other transport and safety agencies.
I came in here with a vision to see to it that let us join hands together in terms of where we can have a total paradigm shift of the way their people are thinking, and have a transformation of mind for them to really see that driving is a business, and you really have to build up your capacity to build up your capacity to be behind the wheels. That is not like issue of it that is meant for dropouts. It's a purely business which somebody can really do for a livelihood. So for you to be behind the wheels, you really have to build up your capacity, read books, and also attend some of the seminars, workshop, for you to build up your capacity and improve on your possible outcomes to be behind the wheels. So based on that, we really have to work together with some of these agencies, and we also increase our capacity on issue of the town hall engagement. Like the last week, I was in the Calabar Municipal to meet with the executive chairman, which also appreciated and also assured us of all the town hall meeting with them. So we are working closely with them, and some even the major of the Calabar Municipal. So we are working with most of this engagement, even the DG trauma that left, so that we cannot really do it alone. It's a shared responsibility for us to see to it that all these things, but most importantly, just to change the paradigm shift and the transformation for them to know that the issue of being behind the wheels, that other people are, there's a lot of interest, and you have a lot of people that we are some of the breadwinners in the family, and you are carrying like a capacity of a bus that is carrying like 8 or...
The General Manager of Cross River Broadcasting Corporation, Mr. Sam Nso, represented by the Director News and Current Affairs, Mrs. Udwak Ikangobeten, stressed that there should be a streamlined process to replace temporary licenses and improve the overall experience for drivers seeking to obtain or renew their license.
Whatever you do, if it is not publicized, if it is not given voice to, your invention will discover remains with you. Telephones while driving and overloading. I don't know what you need to do about this. We have so much food in Cross River State. Honestly, when I see cars being punished, I begin to ask, and I begin to look at where road safety is positioned on the road. Not just that it is bad, but it is an eyesore in the 21st century. And so it's another opportunity to say that you are doing well.
Eriti Christopher for CRBC News Panorama.
A few days ago, stakeholders of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in the South-South geopolitical zone all gathered in Calabar, the state capital, to deliberate on the first public hearing and constitutional amendment. During this public hearing, it was disclosed that the All Progressive Congress is poised to enhance inclusivity and diversity within the party by prioritizing and strengthening the presentation for women, youth, and people living with disability. Our correspondent brings details of the report. About 1,000 memoranda were submitted in Calabar on Monday, 20th October 2025, as key stakeholders of the All Progressive Congress (APC) in the South-South Zone held the first public hearing on the amendments of the party's national constitution. The session, hosted in Calabar, the state capital, attracted representatives of the APC governors, state chairmen, and legal advisors from all 5 South-South states except Rivers, which is yet to be fully integrated into the ruling party structure. Non-stakeholders and party loyalists also took part in the exercise, making proposals aimed at strengthening the internal democracy and promoting inclusiveness within the APC. The chairman of the Cross River State APC, Barrister Alphonsus Oga Eba, who presided over the hearing and represented the zone on the Constitution Amendment Committee, said President Bola Tinubu directed the review to reflect the party's growing membership and evolving structure. The state APC chairman revealed that 10 of the 100 memoranda originated from Cross River State and would be harmonized with the contribution from other geopolitical zones. Therefore, a final draft is presented to the national leadership.
It symbolizes and embodies the foundation of why we are gathered here. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our leader and overall boss, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, he said, let us amend our constitution and make it more inclusive. Let us see how governors that have served and run their time out should be given an opportunity to be part of the National Executive Committee of our great party. Let us see how the innocent cry and agitation of our female folks, who by our statistics contribute nothing less than more than 50% of what normally gives us victory, can have a proper accommodation in our great party.
The National Vice Chairman of the All Progressive Congress South-South, Chief Victor Gaidom, described the Constitution as the cornerstone of the party's internal democracy. He said it defines the rights, powers, and limitations of both members and leaders. According to him, the Constitution is a framework and a collective value, justice, and commitment to the rule of law.
Our Constitution is the fundamental principles or established precedents that define our collective agreement and rules for the day-to-day run of our great party. It outlines powers, rights, limitations of party members and its leadership. It is therefore a document that stands as the cornerstone of our internal democracy and the embodiment of our collective values and aspirations. The Constitution is not just a legal framework, it is a living testament to our commitment to justice, equity, and the rule of law.
Some party faithfuls expressed their satisfaction for the public hearing amendment. They said it will help the party structure.
It's basically contemplated on in the existing constitution. The existing constitution stipulates 3 months, but since there is a review ongoing right now, and in this public hearing, it is contemplated 6 months. That allows you the latitude to sufficiently find your footings in the party before contesting for any political position.
Today, we have gathered here in Cross River State to make an amendment on the APC, All Progressive Congress Party, the constitution we have already. And particularly, there are concerns about the percentage we should give to women, and also a reward system that if any party member come in, he should work for the party up to 6 months instead of 3 months.
What have been presented so far as motions that have been moved for this amendment will carry this party a long way, especially that motion that has re-emphasized the need for women inclusion in elective positions. It is very important.
The wisdom of the leadership of the party at the national, they convoke this public hearing
passing for the party.
For CRBC News Panorama, I am Josephine Efanga.
Sometime last month, the Cross River State Commissioner for Education, Honorable Stephen Ode, expressed concern over the growing trend of schools keeping students in class for long after closing hours. In a communique issued ahead of the 2025-2026 academic session, he observed that many public and private schools now compel students and pupils to attend extra lessons beyond their approved dismissal times of 1 p.m. for primary and 2 p.m. for secondary schools. Our correspondent, Blessing Basi, who sampled public opinion, reports that the directive is part of the efforts to improve education quality and shield students from unnecessary pressure, the reports.
On his part, the Commissioner for Education, Professor Stephen Ode, highlighted that his main goal for extra lesson ban is to improve the quality of education while ensuring that students do not feel overwhelmed by excessive classroom time. According to the Commissioner of Education, in a communique released by the Ministry of Education, overloading academic activity places unnecessary stress on young learners, as they feel obliged to remain in school for extra and additional classes. News Panorama crew spoke with some parents who expressed mixed feelings. Some see the extra lessons as beneficial, while others express concerns on the potential exploitation of schools and long school hours.
Where the child and the parents deem it fit, it should be allowed. But for the school to make it mandatory, I think I don't subscribe to that, because it's that extortion they are trying to avoid. Or where the child needs it and the parents say that it is necessary, it should be allowed to go ahead. This current not having a lesson in the teaching system anymore, for me, I see it to be something good to an extent, because the time frame those students spent, or those people spent in attending lesson is much. The time frame not letting the child get back to the parent and read to the parent is much. That point alone, to me, I feel it's okay for the government to do that.
For me, I feel it's not okay, because I'm saying this in the aspect that I go to work, depending on the time I come back from work, I ask my watch to stay back, so that once I'm back from work at about 3 and 4 p.m., I pick him up from school, and it saves me a whole lot of looking for a caretaker, a nanny to stay with them.
And whatever the Commissioner for Education says, he says out of maybe experience and research. He must have conducted multiplicity of research, knowing that in those days, when a child comes back from school, at least, at most, 12 o'clock, a child comes back from school, take a rest, wakes up, and maybe a nanny at home or parents at home teach them. You understand? But nowadays, a child will go to school from morning till evening, and when you ask them, they will say they are taking lessons.
Findings revealed that some schools misuse the opportunity of extra lessons and place extra financial burden on parents. The Commissioner's stance aimed to put a stop to this by encouraging schools to respect the official dismissal times and focus on providing quality education during regular hours.
One of the advantages I see there is that some of the students, they take school as an excuse for them to escape activities. They don't even help their parents. Some of them, their parents that are struggling to help them, but they use this school as an excuse. They stay back. Some students do come back school like 5 o'clock, some to 6, and then you ask the student on uniform by 6 o'clock, what kept you was like a lesson. At that time that this student is returning home, she will be tired.
Children coming home late. I mean, the society now is not actually as safe as it were when we were growing up. Right now, there are a lot of things that have the propensity to harm children. However, I believe that if extramurals must continue, there should be a more proper system of accountability and system of safety that is put in place in order for the safety of the children to be sure, and also that the knowledge that needs to be passed across to these children is actually intact. The thing is that the lecture is supposed to continue, because you want to give students more idea for them to learn more and have more idea about what they taught them in class.
However, with this initiative, there is hope that schools will prioritize the development for learners and create an environment where education is accessible and enriching for all without the added pressure of extended school hours. which experts describe as a mental exertion on people, given that the human brain has a stipulated hour for studies. For CRBC News Panorama, Praise Chijoke reporting.
About a year ago, the Nigerian police force prohibited the impoundment of vehicles over tinted glasses violation. However, in recent weeks, the enforcement resumed, sparkling public backlash over alleged harassment and seizures of vehicles with tinted glasses. Our correspondent reports that following this, the police have once again suspended the operation, this time under the pressure from the Joint Task Force with the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA), the report.
The recent actions by the Nigerian police force to impound vehicles have stirred significant discussions among commuters and business owners across the country. In Calabar, the state capital, many transport operators voiced their concerns that these actions are severely impacting the ability to earn a living. One particular vocal driver, known as Minister of the Streets, shared how impounding of tinted cars have made it difficult for them to earn money to support themselves and their families. He lamented the financial strains caused by the continuous impounding of tinted cars at the police stations, appealing to relevant authorities to be considered.
Due to the tinted permit issue, although we had, and I had a press release from the High Court that the tinted permit is suspended, but here in Cross River State, they are still impounding vehicles. Let's drive freely, because it's disturbing our business that we are going on our way, on our business, day-to-day activities, and the police can still stop us and ask us to take in which they are suspending this issue.
However, many people view tinted glass vehicles as protective against threats by hoodlums who finds it difficult to identify personalities inside the vehicle. They stress the need for Nigerian police to act in accordance with the law and release people's vehicles, as it has presented untold hardship to the owners.
You know, most of these trafficking, human traffickers and drug, they do use tinted glass car. So it will be easy for them to transport their victims to wherever they want to take them to.
You don't know, you might kidnap someone's child and put inside there, or something else, or something happen. You know very well that someone outside they will not see the person inside, because why? Your glass is tinted. So for me, I think the police have their right to do their job, to be checking the tinted glasses. Cars. It's not a bad idea at all.
Tinted car is okay due to some person's privacy, but at the same time it's not good in the sense that if a tinted car should pass, you will not know what is contained inside the car, what is inside. You might feel the car is safe when the car is not safe, because you feel it's a tinted glass or it's kind of human privacy.
In an interview with the state committee member of the Nigerian Bar Association, Barrister Sunday Etam, noted that the Nigerian police force has temporarily suspended the enforcement of the Motor Vehicles Prohibition of Tinted Glass Act of 1991.
In respect of the Motor Vehicle Tinted Glass Prohibition, which the Nigerian police had been on for quite some time before the NBA, came in to cool down their operations. It's actually a national order. It was the IGP who actually gave the notice to the public of the enforcement of tinted glass permit, and then being a statutory there's a statutory provision to that effect. There's a law to that effect, a 1991 law to that effect, and the directive of the IGP following the letters of that law, contrary to the provisions of that law, because it talked about an annual permit which is renewable, but the law, if you look at the law, the provision of the law, the Motor Vehicles Prohibition of Tinted Glass Act of 1991, it doesn't at all contemplate a renewal of tinted glass permit. It doesn't at all contemplate a renewal. It just stated that for security purposes, if you look at the commencement of that act, for security purposes, tinted glass cannot be used except the permission of the IGP. And that permission is supposed to be for a good cause. And that law defined that good cause to be on health or security basis. So for anyone to use a tinted glass, we're actually supposed to obtain a permission from the IGP. It is that permission from the IGP that is known as the permit, tinted glass permit.
The ongoing impounding of tinted vehicles raises important questions about regulation and enforcement that require careful thought. For CRBC News Panorama, I am Josephine Efanga.
Primary healthcare centers are often the first points of contact for Nigerians, providing essential services like treatment, immunization, maternal and newborn care. In Cross River State, the state's governor, Senator Basiotu, has shown strong commitment to strengthening these centers, revitalizing facilities and expanding access to quality community-based health services. This effort aims to ensure that even residents in remote communities can access preventive care, timely treatment, and maternal health care support. By investing in primary health care, the state government aims to build healthier communities and give families reliable access to critical medical services. Ifeoma Nekpeita has details of the report.
Revitalizing primary health care (PHC) centers in Cross River State is crucial to improving maternal and child health, strengthening immunization programs, combating malaria, and promoting health education. By increasing access to quality community-based services, the state aims to ensure that healthcare truly reaches those who need it the most. The revitalization of the primary healthcare is a major pillar of Governor Basiotu's People First agenda, which focuses on upgrading infrastructure, improving service delivery, and encouraging community participation, foster ownership, accountability, and sustainability in the health sector. Former member of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, His Royal Majesty Professor Itam Hogan Itam, commends the governor for prioritizing healthcare reform. He notes that primary healthcare remains the most accessible level of health service, especially for rural dwellers.
Health is very expensive business now, and for the governor's wife to take it upon herself as a project to help in Cross River State is a wonderful gesture. I really commend her as a bishop, she's an apostle. She has that Christian flavor to help.
Dr. John Abasi of Ford described the transformation of the PHC system as groundbreaking. According to him, the administration's reforms have led to the renovation of 94 health facilities, the ongoing digitalization of PHCs across 196 wards, and a significant rise in immunization coverage, which now ranks among the best in the country.
By revitalization of primary health centers, actions being taken by the Ministry of Health through the support of the Cross River State government and some partners in activating and making sure that primary health facilities, primary health centers across the state are up to standard to provide the much needed, accessible and affordable health care to the good people of Cross River State. And through the impact projects that is being supervised by the Cross River State Ministry of Health and the Cross River State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, about 82 primary health centers across Cross River State are being revitalized.
Residents across the state have expressed their appreciation to the governor for restoring hope in the primary healthcare system. Many, however, appealed for the recruitment of more health workers, emphasizing that without adequate staffing, the facilities may not sustain their renewed efficiency and expanded services.
Because we really need care. And also to take care of pregnant women during labor. You know, some women die during labor due to bleeding. Some people do the placenta. If the placenta did not come out, they died. They should put more effort. If there are more workers, care will be taken care of. It has been helping us so much. Like the immunization now, it's a very nice one, and God will bless them.
You know, health is very important, and for people to survive, health must be there. And for the activity to move ahead, somebody must be healthy. So we had to appeal to the government based on that. They should do their best to encourage people for employment, especially in health sector. Our private healthcare centers. First, I want to thank His Excellency, the Governor of the State, for such a very fine initiative. But much still have to be done in areas of facilities and manpower. I think basically those are the things. If not, the healthcare program of the government is okay.
As Cross River State continues its journey towards universal health coverage, the revitalization of primary health care stands as a testament to the power of focused governance and community collaboration. With stronger infrastructure, motivated personnel, and digital innovation, the state is laying the foundation for a healthier, more resilient population. Efiwanik Peter reporting for CRBC News Panorama.
That is all we have on our lineup this week. We hope to be back same time next week. Do keep up to date with us. I am Josephine Efanga. For updates and engagement, follow us on the official social media platform, Facebook at CRBC, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at CRBC Online, YouTube at CRBC New Media, WhatsApp on 090-377-87474. We look forward to connecting with you.